Hey guys, it's Health Coach Karen here, and today I would like to talk about cultivating mental strength. In my past couple of videos, I talked about how to create habits, specifically 3 types of habits for your body, your mind, and your emotions. And cultivating those 3 sets of habits will help you ultimately get the kind of body and health that you want. So in this video, I talk about the habits that have to do with your thoughts and your mind. So here we go. Tip number 1 is to take note of your self-talk. And by taking note of your self-talk, you start realizing whether it's positive self-talk or negative self-talk. And if it's positive self-talk, cultivate so that it's even more positive. Like, say things to yourself like, I am strong and I believe in myself and I know I can do this, or I can train myself for strength. When you say those things to yourself, it's just beneficial for you to continue going. Basically, you're being encouraging to yourself, kind of like a loving parent or a good coach or a good friend to yourself, from yourself. So cultivate positive self-talk, and if you have negative self-talk, you can always find a way to say things like, you know what, that's an old way of thinking for me. That's like my old programming. And in that sense, you're kind of reframing your self-talk from negative to positive. Tip number 2 is to say affirmations and mantras to yourself. I spoke about this in my last video about cultivating emotional strength, so maybe you can take a look at that here if you would like. But yeah, so saying affirmations and mantras, it's basically positive self-talk, but you say it pretty much over and over again on a regular basis. I usually say my affirmations to myself, like I have them in a list, and I read them to myself every morning. And they're just basically encouraging words to yourself, like, I can do this, or I take action, things like that. It's really simple, and it kind of encourages you to think of ways that you do take action, or like it gets you thinking of ways of how you can do a certain thing. You know, if you have a doubt in your mind, you can also do that reframing thing and say like, hey, I'm breaking the pattern of my old habits of thinking, and I'm changing them to these new habits of thinking. So there are tons of affirmations out there, and affirmations, in my opinion, are just longer versions of mantras. So mantras are kind of like a couple of words, like just do it, you know? You could say it over and over and over again, which is something that I do at the gym. Like if I'm going through, like say I'm doing a 1-minute plank and I'm just staying there. It's just me and my mind and my body being really still in plank pose. Like I'll just think to myself like, I can do this, or like just do it, or I'm doing it. Very easy and very encouraging. And when you encourage yourself, it kind of like is a snowball effect where the more you encourage yourself, the more you believe in yourself, and the more confident you become, and the more you can achieve the kind of body and health that you want. And as I was saying, if I'm in plank pose, I'll just say these like really short mantras like, I can do this, which leads me on to my 3rd tip. Tip number 3 is incantations. And I haven't seen a lot of this on the internet, but incantations are basically affirmations while you're at this peak state, usually during exercise. So say that you're doing like jumping jacks, or like a kind of movement that you're not used to but you feel good in. Tony Robbins talks about incantations, and he has this story, I forget which book it's from, but he tells the story of when he was younger, he would run on the beach every day and he would say the same affirmation about abundance towards himself, and within that year he was making more and more money from, I can't exactly remember, but I think he was making a very low wage in the beginning of that year, and then towards the end of the year he was like, I want to say making millions, but that might be That might be wrong. I can't quite remember. But anyway, it worked for him, and he talked about it, and it worked for him so much that he mentions it in a book. So I'll do some research, and I'll probably link it below. So, but yeah, do an incantation, like do an exercise that you love, and repeat these affirmations in your mind. So tip number 4 is about mindfulness. Thoughts come from, I don't know how to say this exactly, but when you're mindful of your thoughts, you are able to basically control your thoughts a whole lot more easily and a whole lot more often. Like, it's easy to think a thought that you've always been thinking, like, oh, I can't just quit my job. But, you know, when you're mindful, you can ask yourself, like, well, why not? And then, you know, it becomes more serving to you when you question your old thoughts. And mindfulness kind of helps you do that. And one of the best ways, I think, to gain mindfulness is through meditation. It's really easy. It's literally the art of doing nothing, and you can do it for free. All you have to do is just sit in a quiet space and allow yourself to just be quiet and pay attention to your breath and your body and how you're feeling, and just be with that. And if you think a thought, just be like observant of it. Oh, I thought a thought. You know, just like watch your thoughts and allow them to come and allow them to leave. And by leaving it, that means you paying attention to your breath and your body again. And one of the simplest ways of meditation is just sitting down, being quiet, and counting to 100. And take note of all the thoughts that you think between numbers 1 and 100. I bet you there will be some thoughts. And just take note of them and let them go. Be objective about them, and you can get wrapped up into them later on after you've done meditation. Some other resources are Headspace, which is an app that I use, and I love it. It's really well designed, and the meditations are really easy to follow. It's guided, and it just looks really well designed, and I think as a designer I enjoy that. But Headspace, it's wonderful. You can get a free trial, which is what I did, and then if you do the free trial, they give you like another month for free, which is like amazing. And I'm not affiliated with Headspace, but I just like it so much that I thought I'd share my experience about it. Another thing is you can probably find like tons of meditations on YouTube or iTunes, so try it. See if you become a little bit mindful. Just do it like for 1 week, and just, you know, don't try to make them like super long and like intense. Just go for like 5 minutes to 10 minutes and see what happens. And I guess a step up to meditation is doing yoga. It's kind of like a movement meditation where you're really mindful of your body, like your entire body, while you're moving. So you kind of get like the benefits of fitness as well as mindfulness. So those are my 4 tips for today. Thanks so much for watching. If you're a perfectionistic but self-aware person and need help coaching and would like a person to inspire you, to guide you and support you, that's me. So yeah, contact me if you are interested. If you like this video, remember to hit the like button, subscribe, or comment below. Thanks guys, have a great day.